Are you married to an addict or alcoholic? Or are you in a committed relationship with one? Me too. Join me, Anonymously Bex, on my journey of self-discovery. I will guide you through a myriad of topics designed to illuminate a path towards your own awakening. Addiction is a family disease. Everyone in its orbit is profoundly affected. Subscribe to our podcast to help me, Anonymously Bex, continue to provide tailored content to the unwitting lives of addicts and alcoholics. And now for this week's article. Welcome. Today's article is called The Flawless Mask. Today I want to talk about the flawless mask that my addicted husband presented throughout the early years of our relationship. People tend to make a broad blanket statement about addicts like addicts are master manipulators or he is a high-functioning alcoholic. So today I'd like to combine those topics and illuminate both the persona that he created, or the mask, and the person that we know who was hiding behind it. So in order to achieve that, we'll discuss the following topics: the concept of a master manipulator, the concept of a high-functioning intoxicated person, and the concept of deception. With those three aspects combined, have crafted the person that I married. He has evolved into someone so skilled at presenting a flawless mask to society. I often dive into memories of our early days together and wonder if the person that I fell in love with back then was this illusion, or if he ever so slowly evolved into this person after years and years of practice. Years of lying to me, lying to his employers, lying to his and our extended family. Truthfully, I'm not certain it's productive to review those memories, desperately looking for the crack in his mask, anything that would predict what was to come. While it may not be productive, it feels like a necessary step in my grieving process. I'm grieving the existence of a person who is alive, yet no longer here. It is the most unique type of heartbreak and grief. With that, let's dive into these three characteristics that my husband has grown to possess. A master of manipulation. So let's first embark on the concept of a master manipulator. From a psychological perspective, we can define manipulation as a behavior designed to exploit, control, or otherwise influence others to one's advantage. We also know that psychological manipulation involves using covert, deceptive, or coercive tactics to exploit others. Some of those tactics are gaslighting, distorting the truth intentionally to make a person doubt their own memories, their perception of reality, or basic sanity, shifting blame or guilt tripping, twisting narratives to make the victim, that's you, feel responsible for the manipulator's negative emotions or actions. A primary tactic of blame shifting is called DARVO: deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. When you confront them about their harmful actions, they will deny the reality of what happened. They will attack your credibility or your character. They will reverse the roles by claiming that they are the actual victim of your confrontation or emotional expression. Eliciting guilt. By acting wounded, they play on your conscience. This coerces you into offering support, compliance, or forgiveness to resolve their suffering. The silent treatment. Weaponizing the withdrawal of communication to punish the victim or force them into an apology. Triangulation. Bringing a third party into conflict to validate the manipulator's behaviors, create competition, or discredit the victim. Again, that's you. I have to remind you, you are the victim here. Projection. Accusing the victim, that's you, of the exact toxic behaviors or flaws that the manipulator is currently exhibiting. Playing the victim, a behavioral pattern where someone exaggerates, fabricates, or continually dwells on hardships to portray themselves as the hurt party. Avoiding responsibility, exaggerating hardships allows them to claim they are powerless to change, thereby avoiding accountability for their actions or obligations. Gaining unearned sympathy. They use constant complaints to demand ongoing attention, draining others' energy to serve their own needs. Do any of these tactics present in your own relationship? I can assure you they all presented in mine. Are you able to recognize a manipulation in practice when it's happening? Let's move on to discuss what encompasses the term high-functioning addict or alcoholic. It is important to note that the term high-functioning is not a clinical term. It is merely a pop culture term. A high-functioning addict or alcoholic describes someone heavily dependent on their substances, drugs, and or alcohol, who continues to maintain a job, relationship, and outward responsibilities without immediately hitting rock bottom. The term high functioning can be quite misleading. After all, an addict who has been able to maintain consistent employment may appear to be high functioning, but the entirety of their personal world might be in disrepair, or perhaps they're living in their car, showering at gas stations, and showing up to work on time. Oftentimes, high-functioning addicts or alcoholics will work tremendously hard to present well at their place of employment. After all, their income, their paycheck, offers the path of least resistance towards fueling their disease. They need that income, whereas they might not need their spouse. Here I'd like to pause and emphasize the truth about the term or the label high-functioning. People falsely use this term, often in a positive manner, excusing the behavior. For example, well, he's just very high functioning. It's not interfering with his work, so it can't be that bad. Or he's a high achiever. That comes with tremendous pressure. This excessive drinking or drugs or intoxication is just how he blows off steam or copes with the demands of his job. He only drinks like this at night or on the weekend. It's not like drinking is illegal. In truth, someone who is high-functioning, a high-functioning alcoholic or a high-functioning addict, is someone who is in the greatest, most imminent danger. Being high-functioning, engaging in secret spirits, secretive intoxication, hiding their need for professional intervention, allows the disease to take root deep within their mind, poisoning both their mind with the addictive narrative and their body with the substances. To be high functioning means that this person is engaging in secret spirits in such a way that their employer, their social circle, and their family are unaware of the extent of their use and dependence on the substances. So while high functioning might mean that this person appears to be a productive member of society, it truly means that their sickness, their disease, is only more well protected to flourish under the facade. Moving on from the imminent traits of being a master of manipulation and a high-functioning addict or alcoholic, let's talk about the piece of the puzzle that makes all other aspects possible: deception. Let's take a deep breath. I'm going to. Pathological or compulsive lying. The cherry on top of all other behavioral observations is lying. For without this component of deception, the mask wouldn't nearly be as believable, charming, or attractive. We'll go on to untangle that in a moment, but first, let's review the clinical definitions of both pathological liar and compulsive liar. But first, we'll start with the definition of deception, the root of everything. Deception is the act of intentionally misleading, tricking, or hiding the truth to cause someone to believe something that is false. It is a broad concept that encompasses outright lying, omitting key facts, using disguises, or intentionally creating a false impression. Have you listened to the article about the flawless mask? Creating a false impression. The definition of lies: a lie is a false statement made with the deliberate intention to deceive. Definition of a pathological liar. A pathological liar is someone who compulsively and habitually tells lies, often without any clear motive or external benefit. Unlike a typical person who lies to avoid consequences, a pathological liar frequently fabricates stories or deceives others even when the truth would serve them better. Key characteristics of a pathological liar: lack of motive. Their lies do not always serve an obvious purpose, such as personal gain or escaping consequences. Compulsive habit. The behavior is chronic, often occurring daily, and can feel completely uncontrollable to the individual. Self-mythologizing. Many of the stories they tell are designed to cast themselves in a heroic light, garner sympathy, or elevate their status. Persistent despite the consequences. What does that sound like? Substance use disorder. Persistent despite the consequences. They may continue to lie even when presented with undeniable proof, risking their relationships, jobs, and overall well-being. Pathological liars lie to manipulate, gain attention, or maintain a specific, often grandiose image of themselves. So now let's talk about the definition of a compulsive liar. A compulsive liar is someone who habitually lies as a default behavioral response, often without clear motive, obvious external gain, or conscious thought. The act of lying becomes automatic, a coping mechanism or ingrained habit to reduce stress, avoid conflict, or mask deep-seated insecurities. The key characteristics of a compulsive liar: lack of motive. They frequently lie about small, inconsequential things when telling the truth would serve them just as well. Habitual and automatic. The lie is an impulse, reflexive response rather than a calculated strategy, storytelling. They are often compelling, charismatic storytellers who embellish details to make themselves appear more impressive or successful. Difficulty tracking details because they lie so frequently. They often struggle to keep track of their fabricated stories and will frequently contradict themselves. The common root causes of compulsive lying: deep-rooted low self-esteem or insecurity, a desire to escape reality or avoid negative emotions, unresolved childhood trauma, coping mechanisms tied to neurodivergence such as ADHD, where lying acts as a survival tactic to avoid judgment or mask symptoms. Compulsive liars lie purely out of habit and often feel an internal reward, or, dare I say it, high, from the act of deceiving someone. After reviewing the above definitions, I found myself circling over and over on this one question. Here we go. When does compulsive lying become part of one's pathology? We know that our addicted partners have an impulse control problem. That's part of their substance use disorder or alcohol use disorder. We know that our addicted partners need to hide their behaviors to avoid adverse consequences. We know that our addicted partners have gained this label of high functioning by relying on their charisma, their enchanting storytelling as a way to gain influence, affection, respect, or admiration. So is there a point where this compulsion to lie, this impulse, becomes part of their pathology? According to the National Library of Medicine, compulsive lying crosses into the realm of pathology when it becomes persistent, pervasive, and that is disproportionate to any discernible motive, and causes clinically significant impairment in a person's life. Let's go over that one more time. Compulsive lying crosses into the realm of pathology when it becomes persistent, a pervasive habit that is disproportionate to any discernible motive and causes clinically significant impairment in a person's life. Mental health experts generally concur that lying becomes pathological when it meets the following criteria. No clear motive or benefit. The person frequently lies even when telling the truth would serve them better. There is no obvious external gain or clear logical reason for the deception. Frequency and duration. The chronic lying occurs consistently over a long period of time, typically lasting 6 months or longer. Life impairment, the behavior actively disrupts daily functioning, leading to significant distress, risk, or damage to personal relationships, work, or legal and financial standing. Automatic. The lying acts as an uncontrollable or semi-uncontrollable compulsion. Over time, frequent lying numbs the brain's natural hesitation to be dishonest, making subsequent lies much easier to tell. Common underlying associations. While pathological lying is a behavior in itself, it often serves as a symptom of other underlying mental health and personality conditions, such as borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, severe anxiety, or deeply rooted insecurities. We also know it's part of substance use disorder, alcohol use disorder. So now that we have as much of an understanding of these characteristics, manipulation, high functioning, and deception, as we possibly can have, let's take these definitions and try to gain a deeper understanding of the truth of both our households and relationships. The 3 characteristics working in Congress. This period of separation, of now divorce, has been so transformative for me, the unwitting wife, as someone who spent 10 years in a committed relationship with a person actively engaging in secretive intoxication. I needed this time apart to sit in the silence, to let the memories arrive, and then try with all my might to find the truth in each memory. I can recall times when I suspected my husband was somehow not sober. And foolishly, I thought, and maybe you can understand this thought, well, I'll just talk to him about this directly, and that will solve the problem. After a year of witnessing his journey through various rehabilitation programs, sober and structured living homes, evading drug tests, a year of separation, I can very clearly see 2 truths. He was likely very, very intoxicated for the better portion of our 10 years together, even moments when it never would have occurred to me that he was intoxicated. He was likely intoxicated. And the second truth, no amount of rational, illogical, or direct talking can combat this disease. This disease starts and ends in his mind. The disease itself is based on a myriad of lies. Lies which no one believes more than the addict himself. There is no word, no sentence that will bring healing to either party in a relationship with someone living in secret spirits active addiction. Here, in these 2 simple yet heartbreaking truths, we, the unwitting wives, can find our freedom. Freedom in the ultimate truth of this disease, that we are all powerless to this disease. It has never been within our power to effect change or to change the outcome. That power only belongs to one person. Now, just because we can find the space where our freedom lies doesn't mean it's not devastating. Walking this path has been the single most devastating experience. The grief knows no bounds. During this time, I have to remind myself to actively search for moments of joy. And even in those moments, even at the apex of joy, the grief still takes up space. For example, I feel so grateful and lucky to have my children with me 100% of the time, at least for now, Lord willing, forever. When we are all together in the mornings and the evening, there is so much joy, love, and laughter. But even in those special moments, the grief will make himself known. I'll have a thought like this. Maybe you can relate. I now know I won't be growing old with their dad. I won't have those moments where I can look at him and revel in who and what our children become. I won't be able to look at him and say, "Can you believe how amazing our daughter is?" Or, "Did you just see what our son just did? Isn't he incredible?" The grief still manages to take up space and make his presence known, even if divorce is the only option moving forward. To be honest, I'm not sure if or how to reconcile that grief. Maybe the answer is arduously simple, and it will just take time and repetition. Feeling the grief, honoring it, giving it space, and living in my truth. The truth being that going through this is hard. It's not the outcome I wanted, but it is necessary. My husband is not a safe or stable individual. Whether he was always this person, and over the years he did so much damage to his brain and his body that he is no longer capable of presenting the flawless mask to the world. Or whether the drugs and alcohol fundamentally changed who he is in every way. The truth is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change where I am right now or the next right decision. So where does that leave us, the unwitting wives? It requires that we become very skilled at setting appropriate and protective boundaries. It requires that we become very skilled at holding those boundaries firm. It requires that we become very skilled at critically thinking about any attempt our partners make at softening those boundaries. This is how we navigate and survive the next chapter. For me, I'm also looking to the court system to impose accountability. I am eagerly looking for relief from holding my husband accountable to the imposed appropriate structure. Right now, in his view, I am enemy number one, of course. Any boundary, any inconvenience that I say is necessary, he will actively fight against, and that's fine. I'll just ask a judge to impose that structure upon him, and he will have to adhere to the court's orders or he doesn't get to be around the kids at all, but more on that another day. For now, is the addict in your life presenting the flawless mask? Do you find it hard to determine the truth around any number of topics? Can you identify times when you think they lied to you, or they gaslit you, or employed another manipulation? Just a reminder here, sometimes we all need to hear this. Lies, manipulations, gaslighting is not love. It is a form of abuse. One more time. Lies, manipulations, gaslighting is not love. It is psychological abuse. We have many, many topics on it, and I will provide the links. Until next time, Anonymously Bex. Do you like this content? Do you find it helpful for navigating your own journey? If you do, please take time to subscribe to the Secret Spirits podcast. By subscribing to this channel, you can help me, Anonymously Bex, continue to provide tailored content to the unwitting wife of an addict or alcoholic. If you have comments, suggestions, or are open to sharing your own experience being bound to an addict or alcoholic, email me today, admin@secretspirits.com. Do you need one-on-one support in this time of need? Book a consultation with me, Anonymously Bex, or join our membership program where you can begin to build your own support system. Visit our website, secretspirits.com. Subscribe to our channels, Secret Spirits, to get more from Secret Spirits today.